Farfalle with swordfish. You can do it with swordfish, you can do it with shrimps, you can do it with anything, but it's a delicious and short recipe. So let's put the farfalle in to cook, and you need to salt the water, the farfalle. So let me cut a little bit of onion. Let's see, for this, do I need a whole onion? Okay, a little bit of oil in the pot. So I have all my vegetables ready to go. Let's address the swordfish, because I'm gonna kind of scottare. I'm just gonna kind of heat it up a little bit in the pan before. Naturally, you wanna cut off the skin and the bloodlines. Let's see, let's trim them off. Now, this is a nice piece of swordfish. This is actually the center cut. And if you buy like this, like let's say this is a great piece of grilled swordfish or whatever, and this is kind of the belly part, if you will. This is a great part for this sauce. But I will use it all today because this is what I have. A little bit of salt. The oil is nice and hot. Let's leave it in there so it forms a little crust, because if we begin to stir it up, it's gonna stick. So we want a little crust on that. And you don't wanna cook them here. I just wanna give them a little bit of cooked flavor. You know, I don't want that fishy flavor to get into the sauce. And it takes just a few seconds. Okay. And this is fine. Let's get it right out of here. And we'll put the onions right in. And let's make a little hot spot. And the garlic too, I want that to cook. To this, I will add a little bit of salt, a little peperoncino, like it nice and spicy, a little bit of thyme. The best way is actually to go counter, go down, pull down just like that, chop it up just a little bit. The tomatoes. This is plum tomatoes, Samarzano crushed. Let's see. You know how I feel about sloshing. I need a little bit of water in there anyway, so I'm gonna slosh the tomato container, and that's that. Just put a little salt for the tomatoes. I didn't do that. Let me put the swordfish right in there. Now let's put the capers right in there. Okay. And we'll let that cook, boil away. So I'm looking at the farfalle here. And you know, I love it when you go to my social media and you ask Lidia. And this one is from Franklin Piasenchki. Franklin says, I stay away from farfalle because the center is always crunchy and the bows are always mushy. Any advice? Well, you know, you have a point there. Let's cut into it. And yeah, you know, it's still white. You see it's still not done. The outside is done. But you know, it's a play on texture. It's kind of, you have a little bit more al dente, a little less al dente where it absorbs. I know my kids love farfalle. And so it's a question of liking that double texture, but otherwise you have certainly enough shapes out there. Let's check this. The sauce is just perfect. We don't want to overcook that fish. Let's go to the pasta now. Yeah, that's ready too. And the pasta is a little al dente because I want to finish cooking it a little bit in here. Okay. And fish out the pasta. Get yourself one of these spiders. Inexpensive, but if you're cooking pasta, they're the best. And let's toss. Let it cook a little more. I'll put a drizzle of olive oil on it. Just that kind of adding it at the end, you really get the flavor of the olive oil. Do some parsley. Give it some bright color here. Okay. See how nice the swordfish is? I think it's ready. Looks good, and it could stay like this for a little while, but you gotta bring it to the tables. But I'm gonna taste it. Okay, let's see. All right. Maybe just a little bit of sauce. That looks pretty good. Let's see let me cut this swordfish, you see? It's nice and moist. The farfalle. It's good. I like the texture of the farfalle, how it plays in the mouth. The capers, the acidity of the capers, the sweetness of the onions. It's a great dish.